be strong.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hope with Jonathan. It's Jonathan Trailer, and this is like a Christmas edition of Hope with Jonathan. And I have my very special guest, my very special co-host, Mr. Kyle Hockridge from Toronto, Canada. What's up, Kyle?
How are you, Jonathan?
I'm doing well, my brother. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks.
Good, good. I definitely appreciate you coming on and doing the show with me.
Thank you for having me again.
No problem. So, guys, I interviewed Kyle and his wife, Shannon, from Canada, Toronto. And guys, check out that episode, that interview. It was a great interview on YouTube. You can find it there on YouTube at Hope Give the Gift of Life channel. And also, Kyle, why don't you tell us a little bit about Kidney Warrior merch?
So, just a little background. My wife is fighting PKD, polycystic kidney disease. And we started a line called Kidney Warrior Merch to kind of empower kidney warriors with a shirt, a mug, a sticker, all kinds of merchandise. We also, on our website, we started our Warriors Wall, where we post stories and interviews with kidney warriors. So another location for them to get their story out there. So, and my website is kidneywarriormerch.com.
Kidneywarriormerch.com. You can also find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Kidney Warrior Merch.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, guys, I want to tell you guys a little bit about our show tonight. We have a very special guest from Northern Ontario, Canada, Mr. Chris Ruth. He's currently on dialysis and currently in need of a living kidney donor. Guys, his information is scrolling along the bottom of the screen. He has a personal journey that he wants to share tonight on Hope with Jonathan. Me and Kyle wanted to bring him on. Kyle is also a fellow Canadian, and we also wanted to, bring on Chris and let him share his personal journey with battling kidney disease. So without further ado, let's bring on Chris Ruth. Chris, welcome to the show, sir.
How's it going?
I'm doing well. So, Chris, I appreciate you doing a show with me tonight, and I appreciate Kyle coming on and being a co-host. And Chris, I really appreciate it. How was your day today?
It was rough but good. Looking forward to this. Appreciate being on here.
Right. Oh, most definitely. I definitely appreciate you coming on. And could you tell everybody your name and a little bit about yourself?
My name's Chris. I live in Nippigan, Ontario. It's about an hour away from Thunder Bay, north. I was born and raised here. Yeah, we're just small town boys and living life.
Yeah. Are you currently married and have children?
Yes, I got a family. My wife, Christy, 4 kids.
Okay. Yeah, four children.
Yeah.
Oh wow. What are their ages?
One's 16, one's 15, 10, and then a 9-month-old.
Oh wow. All
Yeah.
right then. So you're busy. You're a busy man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always on the feet.
And what type of work do you do, Chris?
Driller and blaster.
Okay. Is that in the oil industry or?
It's hard rock mining. We do quarries. We do highways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some
So
some mines.
you're into like that's like some heavy duty manual labor that you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're also battling kidney disease. And why don't you tell everybody a little bit of your background with battling kidney disease and how you got diagnosed and where you're at currently?
Well, it started back in '98. I was diagnosed with diabetes, and then I ended up having an incident and getting an ultrasound and find out I only had one kidney. Did a little bit of background check, and it's kind of in the family. My grandmother was like that, born with one kidney, diabetes, and just been battling it ever since then, and prolonged it till early this year. Been going on dialysis, and
Yeah.
yeah.
How's that been with you doing manual labor and doing dialysis as well? Has that
It,
drained your energy? Have you noticed a difference in your stamina?
oh yeah, it did. I can't work no more. It's my job takes me pretty much around the world, coast to coast, and
Yeah.
it's just I can't do it with dialysis right now, and it
Yeah.
overwhelms me. It drains me. Like yeah, it just takes a
Yeah.
lot out of me.
Yeah, so like he mentioned, type 2 diabetes and hypertension are some of the top two factors that are cause kidney disease. I myself suffered with type 2 diabetes and hypertension with my kidneys failed as well. I'm actually a transplant patient. I got transplanted August the 11th of 2020 during this whole mess of the pandemic and everything. I still ended up getting a transplant. Chris, are you currently listed at a transplant facility
Yeah, in Toronto.
in Toronto?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's through the CKD team in Thunder Bay,
Okay.
and everything goes through my team up here, and then everything gets shipped down to Toronto. And same with people that are willing to donate or fill out paperwork, whatever. It's all shipped down there. So that's where everything's going to get done when time comes.
What's your blood type?
Oh,
Okay, so you're an O. So
yeah.
over here, the O is one of the most common blood types, and as soon as an O comes readily available, they're gone.
Yeah,
Pretty quickly.
they're rare up here.
And then so also, I'm guessing your hospital accepts the paired exchange program.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any knowledge of the paired exchange program? Like, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I know a little bit about it. I'm still doing a lot of information on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
So,
think it's a
So,
good thing, because two people can benefit from that.
yeah.
if I can chime in, so what it is, Chris, is an example. My wife needs a kidney with her PKD, and you need a kidney. So if I don't match my wife, and your wife doesn't match you,
Yeah.
they'll bring you down here, and we agree. So your wife's kidney is going to go to my wife, and I'm going to give you my kidney.
Yeah.
They'll swap them out. It can be done with 4 or more couples and has been done in Canada. The only downfall with the system right now is we cannot exchange with Americans.
Really, eh?
So, yeah, you have to find, they could be in Vancouver, Newfoundland. They would fly you to their province or fly them to Toronto
Okay.
and make the exchange. But you can find anyone across the country to exchange with, but you just can't go to the US.
Oh, okay. So you got to bring them over here.
If the insurances will pay it, you would probably be okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much over here in the U.S., we don't accept any organs from any other countries. We pretty much stay within the U.S. I believe that's the regulations that we have. Although that we do have some donors that would like to donate over here, unfortunately, due to visas and regulations, they just won't allow it.
Yeah,
But
I see a lot of that online.
yeah, yeah. So currently right now, like we've already discussed your blood type, where your transplant hospital is. Why don't you tell everybody out there what a kidney would do for you and how it would change your life?
Oh my God, where do I start with that? It'd be a gift for like gift of life for sure. It would change a lot, a lot.
Yeah.
They're also talking about doing pancreas transplant as well, so I'm not a diabetic no more.
Okay.
Uh, I was kind of looking into that, so it doesn't kill the kidney that I might get or I will get, or who knows down the
Yeah.
road here. And yeah, just crossing my fingers. And I know, especially just for raising the kids and being there more or less, right?
Yeah.
They
And
don't
that's
like
what
seeing
we,
me laid up in a bed.
that's definitely what we want. For you is bring you on our show and let you share your personal journey and get in front of the right person. You never know who this may get in front of, and
Oh
compel
yeah,
them to want to come forth, to be your living donor. Of course, there's always, you're on the transplant list, so there's a possibility of receiving a possible deceased donor.
yeah,
Uh, but then, it would also be an awesome thing for someone to step forward and say, "Hey, I want to be Chris's donor." And so that's one of the reasons why we brought you on Hope with Jonathan to, let you share this personal story and get it out there to the masses. Uh, Kyle, he came on and did an interview as well. Kyle started a Kidney Warrior merch line, and his wife needs a kidney as well. She has a PKD. Uh, my kidney disease came from chronic kidney disease, and then yours came from chronic kidney disease as well.
yeah.
Um, and so that's what this show is all about: is just sharing everyone's story and getting the word out about kidney disease and talking with people. But what word of advice would you have for someone out there that if you could make any changes in your life prior to kidney disease, what changes would you have made?
A big thing would be education about it,
Yeah.
knowing more
Oh,
about the
most definitely.
disease, knowing more about the
Yeah.
disease, and just more or less listening.
Yeah.
Like up here, we don't have much people to turn to and ask about kidney disease. Like there's no groups or anything like that. And that's why
Okay.
when my brother reached out to a lot of people, it's just like, wow, it's out there. Like there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
You hear a few people around here that have it, and you don't hear nothing else about it. There's no education about it, no nothing. And if I would have had the education back in the day, I honestly think that things would be a lot different.
I totally agree with you. Education is key. It goes a long way. And, we were kind of having a small discussion backstage about, diabetes education and things like that, where, the doctors basically would just hand me a pamphlet and say, "Here you go. You have diabetes. This is what you need to do." And,
Yeah,
and read this pamphlet and you'll and take the medicine, you'll be okay.
yeah,
And that wasn't really the case. I needed to incorporate diet changes and exercise and things like this, and it was just really not very informative information. And then ultimately, I ended up in kidney failure due to poor choices, poor
yeah,
diet, sugar, lack of sugar control, hypertensive. My blood pressure was sky high all the time, and I never, at being young, the younger Jonathan, I'll be honest with you, I didn't care. I thought I was Superman. I thought I was going to live forever.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, when you're young, you got that mentality, right?
Yeah.
I did anyways.
Yeah.
Know everything.
Until I
and can
ended
do
up.
everything.
Yeah. Until I ended up flat on my back in the emergency room, and then my whole world changed.
Yeah,
So.
reality hits you hard, eh?
Oh, it hit me hard as a rock.
Yeah.
So it's one of the reasons why I do these shows and do these interviews is because there's not enough education out there, and there's not enough awareness out there, and there's not enough people that is talking about things like this.
Yeah.
And we need, these type of topics need to be discussed because kidney disease there's a lot of patients that have kidney disease, and
I
most
know
patients. Go ahead.
it's unbelievable how much people are out there. And like I said, if I was educated back in the day, I know for a fact a lot of things would be different right now. Because
Oh,
when
sure.
it finally happened with me, I realized like, well, that doctor could have did this. This doctor did this. Why didn't it's just back and forth, and it
Yeah.
all comes down to why wasn't I educated? Why wasn't I pointed in the right direction?
One of the things on my line, when I started Kidney Warrior merch, we just started it as like a place to get merchandise, and I pulled it all down, and on my website now, it's Kidney Warrior merch starting conversations, because a lot of people are out there. We're just trying to create a place for people to connect, look for donors. Just post your story, just starting conversations. And what you're saying is quite true. You don't realize how many people are out there or how many are living in silence.
Yeah, no, exactly. And when my older brother Shane reached out, like to you guys too as well, it's unreal the people that just follow and progress on this. Like it's just I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Most people are walking around with it, and they don't find out or get diagnosed till usually around stage 3.
Yeah.
And and it's by then it's settled in. It's not like it's just starting. It's like you're stage 3, and I went from stage 3 to stage 5 ESRD really quickly, like within over probably like a year or so. I was
see,
at stage 5.
Mine progressed throughout the last 3 years. It would go up, it'd come down, it'd go up, come down, and finally it just stayed down. My numbers were down, and it's like, okay, it's time.
So what type of symptoms were you having?
Oh, you name it, I had it. Just no energy. I'd be getting sick. There was nothing in me. There was nothing. Like there was times I had to fight to get out of bed in the morning just to go to work, and it just progressed after that. And I tried everything like diet control, exercising, everything, and it is what it is, and it happened. And
and so you just started dialysis, right, in November?
Yeah. This is my 8 weeks now.
And so you're on peritoneal dialysis.
Yeah, I'm at home now. Thank God.
Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody out there what that entails?
It's tough. Thinking just laying there and getting this stuff pumped into you and on a machine is easy, but it's not. It kicks the crap out of you. I can feel it. There's some days I feel good, and then there's some days there's nothing, just blah. And they're still kind of trying to find the right little solution for me. Is diabetic 2 insured control, and with the solutions brings my numbers right up. And it's constantly fighting.
So I did home hemodialysis for a while, for a couple of months before I got transplanted, and there was so much that went into it. I remember the first delivery I got was like 72 boxes.
Oh, I just got my first delivery today. It was 2 skids.
Dropped off in my driveway. How many boxes?
Oh, it was over 100, I think 112 boxes or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You got me beat.
Yeah, it was 2 skids.
And where did you store it all?
It's in my house. We got an extra bedroom, so it's packed. That's the baby's room, and he's sharing with my supplies.
Yeah. And that's the thing about home. Yeah, that's the thing about home dialysis is you have to have the room for the supplies. You have to have a room that you can keep things, kind of sterile. You know, you have to be organized because you don't want to have boxes like everywhere trying to find stuff. You got to
Oh, I
have it
know.
kind of where you can, you know, reach it and grab it as you need it, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then you
Yeah.
also have to be very sterile. You have to wash your hands and
Well,
care for that.
we went through our bedroom and did everything because that's where I do home treatments, right? And then the
Yeah.
boys' room there, we just
Yeah.
cleaned it right up.
Th-
And
Why don't you describe everybody where your line's at and how you keep that clean and what you have to do that?
oh, basically, I bought like a little, it's like a little tent shelter, more or less, and I have everything in there.
Yeah.
And at night, I just zipper it open, do all my lines, get everything set up, hook myself up, lay in the bed right beside it, and
Yeah.
wake up
There's
in
a
the
lot
morning. I'm
to it
good.
as far as like washing your hands. You have to like
Oh
wash your
yeah,
hands a lot.
just any kind of tube you touch, anything like that, you're sterilizing yourself, and you got to
Yeah.
watch certain hookups. And like when I went through my education, they pushed it because of the COVID, and I was pretty much educated within 5 days and sent home,
Yeah.
which I didn't mind because I didn't want to be in the hospital to begin with.
Right. How long did you do your training for?
5 days out of 9 weeks of being in the hospital.
Wow. That was
Yeah,
pretty
they pushed
fast.
it. Yeah, and then they gave me
Yeah.
all the pamphlet books for the machine and that. So if I do run into a problem, I got
Yeah.
backup. Yeah, and then if not, I can phone Baxter itself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And they taught you all the alarms and stuff, like codes
Yeah.
and alarms that you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they give you a USB stick that you stick in for your program, or is it already pre-programmed your machine?
It's pre-programmed, and then I write all the numbers down, the UF numbers and the drains and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep my daily log.
Okay. And who's your machine with? You said Baxter or Next
Yeah.
Stage?
Baxter.
Baxter.
All my supplies come from Baxter.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, my machine was with Next Stage. I got but some of my supplies came from Baxter. So I'm familiar with who Baxter is.
Yeah, I heard they're pretty good. So far, so good.
Yeah, they're well known in the medical industry, so they've been around a long time. So with you being you just started dialysis. So what type of are you noticing any side effects from your dialysis treatments, like such as like a low blood pressure or anything like that?
Yeah, and they're gonna start doing a med review on me because of that. So my blood pressure dropped. I got a lot more swelling. So the water intake is gonna be a topic that's gonna come up with my doctors.
Okay.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Fluid restriction probably coming.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because my feet just balloon right up.
Yeah.
And my initial drains at night, like they're taking off. Say I weigh myself, say I'm 91 kilograms, say. At the end of my treatment, I'm usually around 88, 87.
Okay.
So
all right.
Lots going in, lots coming out.
Yep. Most definitely.
Like I was about 240, and I'm down to about 180, 190, jumping in between those numbers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're really sucking the fluid off of you.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing, though. That's really a good thing.
Yeah.
Because the more fluid you have on you, it's more pressure on your heart and your lungs. And so, the more that they can pull off of you and, keep that away from your heart and your lungs, then that's, it'll keep you out of trouble. I noticed a lot of people in my center when I was in not home hemo, but hemo and center at DaVita. A lot of people would come in and have a lot of fluid on them, and you could tell because some of them would be panting heavy, like they had been running around or something. And they just needed to have a treatment pretty quickly. And so but that fluid definitely needs to be taken off of you, no doubt.
Yeah, because right now I'm running 2.5%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what's it like over in Canada to get onto like the transplant list, I know speaking with Kyle and his wife, they said that they kind of start the process pretty early
Yeah.
once they realize you're in kidney failure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Like my team in Thunder Bay did everything for us, and well, my wife took a lot on too. She's a registered nurse, and I was overwhelmed and just, you know, I was depressed too with not be able to work anymore and stuff like that. So they took a
Yeah.
lot on for me, and they did a lot.
So I guess the way it works here is we in Canada we push for transplant first, dialysis after, if you can make the list. Have you been put on the deceased donors list, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've done your workup for, or you're doing your workups for that list also?
Yeah, and then I'm actually finishing my last test. Tomorrow is the stress test, and that's it. I'm done my workup.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. You know, because over here they won't transplant you until you complete all of those steps. And
I'm pretty sure
you
it's
have
like that
to.
up here too. Yeah.
Yeah.
To have that all done.
Did you have
Yeah.
to have a colonoscopy and all that too?
Oh yeah, everything.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah,
Those are
you
fun.
name it,
Those are
done.
fun. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they want to make sure you're going to be able to survive it, you know,
Yeah,
and make sure you're
exactly.
going to be okay. So some patients are not as in good a shape as others, you know.
Yeah.
So, and but everybody wants a transplant. But if you're not going to, you know, if it's not going to be beneficial and it's not going to help you, then, you know, then it's not. There's no need to do it. You know what I mean?
Well, I met this one guy, and he's in treatment, and he's 12 hours a day every day, and
Wow.
he has nothing. There's no family. You know what I mean? He's just
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him.
So let's talk about a little bit about support. So like I noticed you had a lot of support in the chat when we were setting up the interview. I think it's your brother-in-law. Is it your brother-in-law Shane, or is that your brother?
That's my brother, my little big brother.
Okay, and then your wife was on there as well, and then I believe Shane's wife was chiming in as well.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah. So you have a lot of support.
I do, and I'm grateful for that. It's just more is coming in. You know, the more that I can thank Shane and Sharp for this. They're going above and beyond.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much people are out there willing to help, or even initiating the kidney disease itself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somehow they got a hold of my buddy advocate friend. He's my great friend, Jeff Brown. And then Jeff kind of slid me into the chat and said, "Hey, you know, Chris would like to get an interview." And and then once I noticed that a lot of different people were in on the chat, I thought to myself, you know, this guy has great support, and support goes a long way. When you're going through something like this, it definitely weighs heavy on your mental state, not just your physical state, but your mental state, you know, and it affects everyone around you, your family, your children, because, you know, you're not only feeling bad, you know, most of the time, but, you know, you can have bad days where, you know, your kids may be getting at you or whatever the circumstances, you know. And when you're fighting kidney disease, all that stuff kind of magnifies, you know, to a whole nother level. And so it's good to have some supports, people that you can talk to, whether it be your family members, a church, a group at the hospital. Of course, right now it's COVID time, so a lot of these meetings are being held over Zoom meetings, like Zoom. I don't know if you guys use Zoom, but so we have a support group here locally that we meet twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, and it's a transplant support group. And I highly recommend anybody that's listening out there, if you're battling kidney disease, if you're going through this whole process of dialysis, or you're waiting on a transplant list, or even if you've had a transplant, you need to find yourself a good support group. Some people don't have family that is supportive, and you don't want to face this alone. You don't want to go through this alone. You need a support group, someone that you can talk with and express your feelings, things like that. And that's one thing, Chris, I noticed, you know, you have it seems like you have a really strong support group.
Yeah, I do. But for the longest years, me and my wife kept it to ourselves, right? We didn't really
Yeah.
tell people. And as
Right.
it got progressed there, I realized it's hard on both of us, and we need to tell people, you know what I mean? And when I started talking to my older brother and letting my family know and stuff like that, it was overwhelming, the people that jumped in and it was like, hey, we're here, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I wish I knew more about it when I was going through like the early stage.
Well, you've had a lot of people chiming in and commenting, some different ones. So many, I'm having a hard time keeping up with. There's a lot of comments on here. A lot of commenting on here.
I told my wife there last night, I was like, I don't even know where to begin on this thing. I just read this and I'm lost and I'm over here and I'm over there. It's like, wow.
You're handling it like a pro, Chris. You're doing very well.
And that's stressful, but you know what? It's giving me hope because it just shows that how much people are out there and all the love and all the care, and it's overwhelming right now.
It's one of the reasons why I started this. So my personal experience, I was a near-death experience, and I just couldn't go crawl in a hole after my experience. After especially after I got transplanted. I've been where you're at. I can sympathize with you, and I know, it's hard. It's not an easy life, and it's tough living on dialysis, especially with a family. I have 2 children, but you have 4, so you even got me beat there. And but that's one of the reasons why I started this, to give hope to patients such as yourself, to try to encourage you to keep stay in the fight. And we're going to stay with you, man. We're going to keep sharing for you. And we're going to keep promoting this. We're going to keep advocating for a donor. And my friend Jeff Brown, I'm sure that he'll stay in contact with you, and I'll stay in contact with you guys. And like I said, we had a lot of people chiming in, a lot of people sharing. We've got lots of viewers right now.
He does a lot of amazing work on the computer with his posters and that. It's unreal.
Yeah. Posters and videos and And Kyle made the promo video, so he does some excellent work.
You made the video? Okay.
Yeah.
See, like I was lost halfway through that. I just it's like, well, who's doing this now? And she'd explain it to me, wife, and Shane, and.
But now that I have your information too, later today we'll have you on our Warriors Wall too as another location.
Oh, right on.
We will. I'll put up this interview when Jonathan downloads it, and it'll be a direct link for someone to review it along with your story.
Yeah, for sure. Nice.
Yeah. Are you seeing some of these comments come through?
Yeah, I've seen them up on the screen there.
Yeah. Some family members of yours.
Yeah, the best medicine out there is friends and family. That's what I got to say about that.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year, because it's the holiday season, and people, they seem to sometimes have some down days, or they start reflecting on things that they're going through in their life. But it's nice to have some people, family members, and support, especially when you're battling kidney disease.
Oh yeah, it was bad timing for us this year, and just like you said, the holidays and stuff. It was horrible, horrible.
So Chris, I got one more question for you before we end the show. It's been an excellent interview, and again, I really appreciate you coming on. But I'd like for you to end the show with, what would you like to say to someone potentially out there that would think about being your stepping forward and being your living donor? What would you like to say to that person?
Honestly, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Words can't even describe something like that. As another human giving up something like that for another human, it would be remarkable. It'd be unbelievable. It's just, me personally, I look at it as, I look different as signing my donor card for one. It's just, my whole perspective towards it is totally different now.
No doubt.
And it just shows that, there's people out there that are willing to do stuff like that for others. And it just opens your sight to some other things, like your perspective towards life itself. And your fellow man, more or less.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Kyle,
just,
did you have
it's hard to
anything else you
explain.
wanted to share?
No, I mean your story is amazing. Your strength is amazing. Your bravery to come on here and just share your story. You know, we're here to help you, but your story is going to help somebody else too.
Yeah.
Somebody that's, you know, suffering in silence and not brave enough to open up. We're gonna continue to work with you and Jonathan, and we'll get your story out there and share for you also.
Nice.
For me, it's not about the merchandise. The merchandise is there to empower you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you find something you like, you let us know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the secondary thing, but we're here to support you and, you know, share your story and make you cool videos.
Yeah, I see it,
Yeah.
and that's what I want to do too. Like eventually, if this does happen, I'd, you know, stay there and do what you guys are doing, and, you know, pass some stuff down the line here and help other
Yeah.
people out. You know.
You know, being the husband of someone with kidney disease and your wife, I can sympathize with her. It's tough on the
Yeah.
partner, but when you have a strong connection, like it sounds like you do with your wife and I do with mine, Jonathan does with his, that team is unbreakable and it will get you through.
Yeah,
It just holds you up.
it's just a matter of getting them all linked together, eh? And once they're linked, then
Yeah,
there's your circle, and it just grows.
yeah.
So, Chris, I wanted to tell you that Jeff actually chimed in. I don't know if you've seen his message or not,
Yeah,
but
I've
Jeff
seen
Brown
that.
chimed in. Yeah. Shout out to Jeff Brown. Thanks, Jeff, for helping us get this set up. I appreciate you.
Big time.
In what other ways are you advocating for yourself other than, you know, doing this show and talking with, you know, people about possibly being your donor? There's lots of different ways you can do it, but in what other ways are you advocating?
Oh, geez, I don't really know. I'm still
Yeah.
overwhelmed with all this. Yeah.
So basically, you can you know, you can get T-shirts printed up. You can have bumper stickers. You can put a sign in, you know, out on your
We were
car.
We were talking about
Magnet.
stickers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Business cards, flyers in your local like stores, like local restaurants, stores, um, things like that. You know, these are great ways to advocate. Of course, we're now utilizing in a day and age of you know, social media, so we're
Yeah.
using social media as much as we can. Myself personally, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, I use a lot of different platforms to advocate for different patients, and as does my friend, you know, Jeff Brown. He does the same thing. Many other advocates.
So yeah, I'm
So
also trying to start a group in Thunder Bay because there's nothing up there, and there's a
okay,
lot of people that fight this disease, and
yeah,
there's a few of us that are starting to talk now, and, you know, maybe get a
yeah,
good group going here and some
yeah,
support for one another, right? Everybody's
yeah,
different. Everybody has different issues. Everybody has different symptoms, and if we can
yeah.
help each other out, educate each other,
So
then
So the thing about kidney disease is most of our stories are unique to ourselves, and not too many are one and the same. But the common thread is kidney disease,
yeah,
and you know, and maybe you're the guy to get that started up there, and you know, you'll start advocating and helping other patients as well.
yeah.
You know,
Well, it
uh,
goes a long way, like it does. Just with this stuff alone that we started, and my cousin Muzzy and Shane and his wife, just it's unreal, and it just shows you just a little
yeah,
bit of effort and how much people are out there willing to talk,
yeah,
give, whatever, just
yeah.
to try
Well,
that.
again, I really appreciate you coming on and doing the show. Hope with Jonathan. Kyle, I really appreciate you coming on, co-hosting with me.
Thank
And
you.
my end goal for this is to push this as far as I can and share it as much as I can. Guys, if you're watching this, if you've been watching the whole interview, please share this video. I'll be sharing it to the Hope Give the Gift of Life page, and you'll be able to find it there. And you can share it as amongst your family and friends. Share it to groups. share it as much as you like until your thumbs get sore, right? Uh, so to speak. Share this for Chris. Chris is, this guy's got an amazing story with kidney disease. He's battling kidney disease. He has a family.
I think he froze.
Yeah,
He did, eh?
he did.
Had to freeze right at the end of it.
Yeah, oh, he's coming back, I think.
Right.
Here, he's coming back. But just to go on while we're waiting for Jonathan to come back, if there's anything you need, even in setting up for Thunder Bay, I mean, I'm far from you, same country, same province, but
Yeah.
anything, the internet's a great thing, and I can help you. I have the, some internet background.
Yeah.
But if there's, I
This
found
is all
down
new to me. The computers, that's all new to me. I'm
But-
old school, pen and paper.
yeah, even down here, well, Jonathan's back.
Oh, hey.
I don't know what happened, man. Can you hear me now? I had a
Oh,
Verizon moment.
Yeah.
I had a cell phone moment where it's like, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Type deal. Sorry about that. I apologize.
Yeah, but anything your family wants to, I can definitely give you a hand. Even in Toronto, we're finding that it's the information was very slim. You had to kind of go search for it.
Yeah.
My wife joined many Facebook groups and is a part of them, and so there is stuff out there, but we can give you a hand.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate that. It's just you got to look for it because it's never given to you. It's just you got to really look for it.
Yeah, and part of it is for anyone listening, I'm on there, kidneywarriormerch.com. Jonathan's on there. Send a message if you just want someone to chat with. Like, we're here. We're here for people I've met a few people that have just said hello they're having a bad day. And
that's all it takes is that just initial effort of just saying hi or hey, what's up? Yeah. I noticed that in the last couple of weeks.
And your circle will grow and grow and grow, and you're going to meet people from all over the U.S., all over Canada.
I already have, and it's unreal. Like I said, it's amazing.
Yeah. The kidney community is definitely amazing. It's like a giant family.
Yeah.
No matter if you're from Canada or Texas or wherever you're from, it's like a huge family. And so, that's one thing I noticed right away about the kidney community. So they're very embracing, very loving, very understanding, so. But hey, guys, again, I really appreciate it. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. I need to pay my bill or something. I don't know. But guys, I really appreciate his amazing interview. And we're going to go ahead and close out this interview. Any last words, any shout outs to any family members or anything?
Well, I appreciate being on the show for one. And I got so much shout outs and everything like that. There's so much. I want to thank my brother for one, my cousin Muzzy, and pretty much everybody in Nipmuc, Ontario. The support, the family, it's just all the love. There's lots out there. Just, you got to find for it. Yeah.
Sure. Kyle, anything you want to end the show with?
No, just thank you for having me on, and it's been a great interview. Great story.
Well, thank you. You've been a great co-host. Again, Chris, I appreciate your personal story, and we'll be talking with you for sure. We'll stay in contact. We're going to continue to share, advocate, and push this interview as far as we can. Get your story out there. That's what this show is all about, is getting your story out there and giving you hope. Hence the name Hope with Jonathan. So, I had a lot of people that had hope for me, and they prayed for me and believed for me, I came out of a near-death experience and ended up getting a transplant. So definitely keep the faith, brother, and keep going, keep fighting, and it's worth it. The end result is definitely worth it. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna see you. Let's bring you back sometime. Hopefully, maybe a post transplant interview.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
All right. All right.
All right. It was nice meeting you
Well,
guys, and thanks for having me.
All right. God bless you. Take care.
You too.
All right. Kyle, man, I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
You took over when I needed you most, so I really appreciate it.
No problem. Anything.
All right. You guys go check out Kidney Warrior merch. He has a clothing line. Also, he's advocating for kidney warriors on there. He has a website, which is a great, amazing thing that he's doing. He's sharing different kidney warrior story. How soon will you have Chris's story on there? A couple days?
Probably by tomorrow, as soon as I get a link to this interview.
Okay.
I'll have it posted there.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, you can go to Kidney Warrior merch. You'll be able to find Chris's bio on there. Also, we'll be sharing this story everywhere. You can check it out on YouTube, Facebook. Right now, streaming also on Twitter. We'll push it to other different platforms. We'll also continue to share posters and things like that for Chris. Guys, again, Chris Ruth, Ontario, Canada. It was a great interview, and I appreciate my co-host Kyle, Kidney Warrior merch. Definitely appreciate him and his wife. And, you guys take care, stay blessed, stay safe during this holiday season. Remember to wear your mask and use hand sanitizer. COVID is still out there, so we need to stay as safe as possible during the holiday season. But you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys as soon as we have the next interview. Stay blessed. Take care of your kidneys. We're still live. Hold on. Having trouble ending the broadcast.